Good evening, everybody. Wonderful to be here to discuss about the different modes of education. Just a few days back, I met a few people who were so surprised that, my God, we never even know how the different modes of education are going to benefit their child. So today, I'm going to just briefly summarize the different modes of education. Basically, there are four modes of education. One is the state board of schools in whichever state you're living. Suppose I'm living in Gujarat, then it is Gujarat Secondary Education Board. If I'm living in Madhya Pradesh, it is Madhya Pradesh Secondary Education Board. If I'm in Punjab, it is Punjab State Education Board. These are state board schools. These schools have got the lowest fees when it comes to other forms of boards of education. Then the other type is the Central Board of Education, which is called CBSE. Now, CBSE is a board of education which is useful for those parents, especially the armed forces, who are on transfer cases from Punjab to, they can go to the south. From the south, they can go to the east, Assam. Then they may be in Delhi, they may be in Orissa, they may be in Gujarat, they may be in Mumbai. So there is a common syllabus made by NCERT. So that is CBSE. And the third type is ICSE. ICSE is Indian Council for Secondary Education. That is ICSE. And the fourth type is International Baccalaureate. That is called IB Board of Education. So there are four boards. On the top, I put IB Board. Just below it, the second level that comes for education level is ICSE from the top. Third would be the CBSE, and the lowest would be the state board. Why do I say the lowest? Because when it comes to the quality of education, the lowest would be the state board, where they do not make much of complexities. It is just examination oriented and marks oriented, so that they finish the syllabus. In CBSE and ICSE, the biggest advantage is all the entrance exam when it comes to JEE, or even if you talk of our IIT, medicine, everything, the entrance exams come on the CBSE and ICSE syllabus. So far as Central Board is concerned, that is CBSE and ICSE, entrance exams become easy. You can easily do because the entrance papers are also on the basis of CBSE and ICSE board. And the last would be IB. I'll be taking more time on IB a little later. The maximum number of schools all over India is CBSE. Every board, whether it be CBSE, whether it be ICSE, whether it be state board, they all require graduation plus BEd, so that you are able to learn the child psychology, the student psychology. BEd, the best subject, more than your own subject learning or your specialization. Suppose I'm specialized in Gujarati or Hindi or Marathi or Punjabi. Your teaching methodology would also be how to teach Hindi or how to teach economics how to teach Gujarati in BN. And they also have a very important subject, that is child psychology, from different age groups. But that's how we need to understand between state board and CBSE board and ICSE. In state board, the examinations are semester based and the books are designed by the state board. You have a committee for designing the syllabus, which is with reference to NCRT syllabus also, they say. But they are bringing some changes in state board too. But so far as parents are concerned, when it comes to affordable fees, the best is the state board. CBSE is a little higher when it comes to fees, as the content would also be much higher. When it comes to language learning, when it comes to math, science, they have more of practical oriented, experiment oriented. In ICSE, the only difference is in the 6th standard, you have the biology, which is not there in the state board. In the state board, you have biology, physics, chemistry, all in the 11th standard. Even in CBSE, you have humanities, which has been included in all boards of education, which wasn't there earlier. So when it comes to ICSE, you're introducing subjects like biology, physics, chemistry from the 6th standard. So it becomes quite higher than the state board. So the child capacity to learn subjects and interrelate subjects is much higher in an ICSE board compared to CBSE and state board. Then I go to the IB board. IB board is the best for the reason that they are having an interdisciplinary approach. Interdisciplinary approach means they have a particular theme. Suppose the theme is nature. Then whether it be English, whether it be maths, whether it be drawing, whether it be music, whether it be drama, all that will culminate with the theme being nature. So before we start our education system or the academic year in IB board, we normally will first lay down month-wise themes. And most of the education that's there, there are 3 levels. That is, you have a primary years program, you have a middle years program, and the IB, that is diploma program. The primary years program is all by doing, fun, loving, jumping, playing, integrating, making, modeling, clay modeling, stamping, coloring, playing in water, playing in mud, enjoying childhood. That's primary years. But they do integrate different subjects. It's not subject learning. It's interdisciplinary learning. So it's not one particular subject that they emphasize on when it comes to primary years. The second is middle years, that is 6th to 8th standard. In the middle years, you have subject learning. You have 6 subjects. Like you have languages, then you have language acquisition, that's subject 2, where you can take Spanish, German, or French, either of it, any one. In the group 3, you have individuals and society. That's geography, history, economics, all come in group 3. Group 4, you have Sciences, that's biology, physics, chemistry. Group 5, you have mathematics. It can be maths or math studies. In group 6, you have art, that is music, you have drama, you have theater, you have visual arts, you have dance. That's all. From all these 6 groups, you have to take one subject each. You have to present an essay. So the quality of learning in IB is much higher than any of the boards of education. You have a CAS. CAS means C stands for creativity, where you have art, music, writing. You have to present a paper of 150 words. A stands for physical activities, sports. You have yoga, mountain climbing. All that is A, that is physical activities. And S stands for unpaid social contribution that you do to the society. So all that together, you have to make a project. So in IB, it is project-based learning, doing and learning. You don't have the final outcome. You have a project given to you, a question given to you. You have to analyze it. What will be the outcome? The student has to analyze. No teacher will give you the outcome. You have so many subjects being integrated. You have more than 16 subjects being integrated. So when you integrate 16 subjects, the student is given an exposure to a large number of subjects. And from that, he selects which he is interested in. While that first is the primary years program, then comes the middle years program, which is of integrated subjects, and you have the CAs, which I explained. And the 11th and 12th is an IGCSE or Cambridge, that is CIE. You have different assessment programs that's being done, in which the level of English is also much higher than what is there in any of the boards of education. So when it comes to students who want to go abroad for learning, or who's going, you have a certified assessment from the Cambridge University, which gives you an assessment certificate of A plus levels, which can be utilized in different countries. You don't have a 10th standard board exam there. No. You have middle years program, you have a diploma program, and you have the primary years program. And the assessment is also internal as well as external assessment. So you have a wide range of subjects, wide range of presentations, wide range of doing things, observation, doing, projects, on which the entire marking system is done. It's not done on only the subjects or how much marks you have got. No, it's not marks oriented. It's how you present, how you prepare your project, how to analyze the project. So IB is considered to be the best board. And so far as fees is concerned, the teacher who teaches an IB board is qualitatively much, much better. Because they have to have a very good knowledge of all the subjects. They must know how to integrate other subjects. So that's how it is. So a parent, when they come for admission, they're so perplexed as to which board of education should I take for my child. I would say depends on what is your dreams for the child. If your dream is that the child should be the best, okay, and should get through the entrance exam, put them in the CBSE school. There are more than 16,000 schools all over the country. In every state, you have more number of CBSE board compared to state board. So that when a child goes for any entrance exam, he has one of the best knowledge for any entrance. When it comes to any educational system abroad, which some parents are able to afford, then it's better to put the child towards the diploma program, that is IB board. Because IB board, yes, is the costliest so far as the educational systems are concerned. Having analyzed and gone through various countries analyzing education programs and patterns, IB is considered to be the best, in which the child is not stressed. The child is given or brings things from home, where the child sits on his table and makes models, makes programs in the class itself. So it's not a big taxing work that yes, today itself I have to finish it. No, you're given enough time to finish your work, to submit your work. So all of you who are listening to this video, there are lots of plus and minus points of each board of education. So kindly consider each of them and then take your child or put your child in the best school and the board of education that you feel will help the child to grow into a wonderful human being. Thank you.